Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? What is going on in your life? What is happening in your world? As you can see, I am using what a lot of people would think is oxygen, but it's actually called a Nano V. It's a biohack to help anti-aging and help you feel better and have more energy. So I'm going to finish my treatment. There's about another 5 minutes. And I wanted to get online and just talk to you real quickly. There's a lot of stress out there right now. There is a lot of things to be stressed about. There are some that are in your control, right? Your reaction to things, and there's some that are completely out of your control, right? Your business being shut down by the government, the wearing of certain things all day long to help other people out. There's so many things that are going on. The elections, right? There's child trafficking, which is horrible. There's so much stuff right now that just came at us, and there's reasons to watch the news. There's reasons to listen to radio. There's reasons to have all of these things playing, but there's no reason, in my opinion, to have it playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on every medium possible, from the news to the radio to the social media posts, right, to YouTube, even curating the stuff that they want you to learn about based off of your other viewing and Googling habits. There's just so much. All right, sorry, it's a little early. It's 4:45 in the morning right now, so I'm still kind of waking up. But I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought let's do one. What can we do to control our environment? What can we do to control our environment? Where can we control ourselves? Where can we decide to not allow things in to our world so that we can live the life that we choose? So I wanted to share a couple of things that I'm doing that's helped me get out of the combativeness of what's going on right now in the world. Number one thing that I find it super easy. It's very difficult, but it's super easy. When you drive by an accident, what happens? Well, first, you're driving, going 50 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, 130 miles an hour, whatever speed you're going, and you see an accident and you're right, uh-oh. Now, why would you not just keep driving by that? Why would you not just keep driving by that? Because our mind is programmed to stop and search for danger. And this is dangerous. There is something stopping, and this is danger. So we all look. So when we're going 80 miles an hour, and we all start to slow down, guess what? We slow ourselves down. We're slowing ourselves down. We complain about being late, but yet we purposely slow down to look at the accident. We're programmed like that. So as you're going through life and you see an accident, the news, whatever they want to play, it doesn't matter. You don't need to hear it for 10 hours. I don't know if you guys have seen the memes where they show the news channels, and it's literally 1,000 news networks saying the same exact thing across the U.S. So you're really not getting specific news to you. I don't know about you, but I don't need to have every accident in the city reported to me, right? I don't need to know about every accident that happened from here to LA. I don't need to know that. It's irrelevant. I know that every day there's going to be car accidents. I know that every day there's going to be accidents. It's part of life. I don't find that newsworthy to me, right? Because it's just not anything that's going to help benefit my day. News to me is like motivational things, right? I go to YouTube and it's either music or learning. That's it. I don't care about all the other stuff that's happening because I know what's going to happen. So one thing is limit your consumption of news. I used to tell people no news at all, and I found that was too restrictive for people. And so now what I'm saying is limit your consumption of news. And if you don't believe me, turn the news on right now, okay? Turn the news on right now and watch for an hour, let's say, 5 to 6. Watch a couple of different channels. Take some notes on what they say, on their headlines, their highlights, their newsworthy reels, and then look at the news at 8 o'clock. Right? Look at 5 and then go to 8. And I bet you what you'll find is that 50, if not 80% of the news is the same from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. That's called programming, people. That's called programming. This world of 7+ billion people spanning thousands and thousands of miles with so much stuff happening globally and just nationally, we seem to share the same 10 stories over and over and over and over and over again. That's called brainwashing. All right? That's called brainwashing. So if you continue to watch it, you will be brainwashed. I promise you. If you agree with this, put a comment. Step 2 to helping keep people out of your safe zone is meditation. Right? Meditation grounds you. There's a ton of apps out there. I just like to close my eyes for 5 or 10 minutes and just try to keep the thoughts out. I don't do a great job at it, and I don't care. I'm not getting a grade. And quite frankly, grades never mattered to me anyways. I was always the smartest C student in the class. So I've never been one to look at grades. That just means you can follow somebody else's program. I'm not saying that all the programs are bad. I'm just saying that I didn't get to pick those programs, so why the frick should I care about them? Okay, so step number 2, meditation. Headspace is a good app. Calm is a good app. Let's see what else I got. I got Headspace and Calm. That's all that I can think of right now. Looking through my phone to see if I have any other ones. Yeah, I just use Calm and Headspace. And you can pay for a subscription. And, people are like, oh, it's so expensive. Oh my gosh, your health isn't worth the same amount that you spend on a latte. Your health isn't worth the same amount that you go spend on a large ice cream. Come on, this is serious. Meditation helps keep people out that don't need to be in. It helps give you mental strength and mental clarity. It's so important. It's so important. Speaking of that, I need to do more of it. Number three. All right. How to keep people out? Well, make less time for them because you're doing things that matter for you. So number 3 is exercise. Okay? Exercise every day for an hour. I don't care what that hour consists of, but switch it up and make sure you're sweating. Right? If you're just taking a leisurely walk with your kids or your dog, that's fantastic, but that's not really moving the needle. You got to get out of breath. You got to raise that heart rate. You got to sweat, right? You got to make sure that you control the breathing while you're doing it. So if you're not sweating and doing all the things, then you're not really getting a full workout. So I want you to move your body while you're sweating for an hour a day. All right, I know that's not easy, but you can break it up into 4 15s, or you can just say, I'm just going to get through it. It doesn't matter. The gyms are closed. Oh, pobrecito, the gyms are closed. Outside is still open. Your backyard is still open. Your front yard is still open. So Just get out there. All right. So the 3 tips that I got for you. One is limit your news consumption. And if you don't believe me that they all say the same thing, right? If you're listening to a left news station, they're all going to say the same thing. If you're listening to one that's on the right, all going to say the same thing. If you're listening to the one in the middle, all going to say the same thing. Like, they're all going to say the same thing if you're listening to mainstream. So number 1, limit your news consumption to maybe half an hour to an hour a day, and spread it out. So you're not just listening to 60 minutes of programming early in the morning, right? Listen to me instead. Number 2 is you got to meditate, right? 5 minutes a day is more than 0. 5 minutes over the course of a month adds up to 150 minutes. I think that's right. 30 times 5, 150. That's 3 hours almost of meditation. 60, 120. Yeah, 2. It's early. 2.5 hours of meditation. Imagine that. 5 minutes a day adds up to 2.5 hours. And eventually you start to get a little bit better, and the 5s go to 8s, and then they go to 10. And then you can continue to maybe 15 or 20, right? So getting clear mind helps you see more clear the world. Helps you handle the stresses that come at you. I can't tell you the importance of meditation. And then step number 3, what do we say? Oh, exercise, right? So if you walk with your family and it's kind of like a nice little thing that you guys do together after dinner, don't stop doing that. Just find another 60 minutes in your day for you to turn off the world, turn on a little music, get up, take a little jog, take a little run, go for a little swim, right? Maybe you got a couple dogs, you go for a faster walk, then you work to a jog, then you work to a run. If you're like me, I got the X3 bar and I do a lot of cycling, and that's my meditation, right? Cycling. But you got to get out and move. And if you can get outside in the morning before you turn on the news, in the sunlight, the early morning sunlight before 10 o'clock, it'll reset your melatonin, it'll reset your vitamin D3, or it'll help your body start producing it. It will help you sleep better at nighttime. It'll help you feel better throughout the day. It'll give you more energy. And at night, when the sun goes down, you'll actually get tired and you'll want to go to bed versus staying up and binge watching The Office. I've never done that before. Or Narcos. I've never done that. While eating a little bit of gelato ice cream. I've never done that. And having maybe a couple of chocolate chip cookies. I've never done that. Right? So when you start doing these 3 things, right, limiting your consumption of of media, news, all of it, exercising for 60 minutes a day where you break a sweat, and meditating, I guarantee you, you will be a different person in 60 days than you are today. If you're committed, drop me a yes. Otherwise, have an amazing day. I can't wait to talk to y'all again.